Hi, folks. Welcome in Oktoberfest Racing, KQEG TV. I'm Dan Donkey. You can tell where we are. The 46th annual Oktoberfest Race weekend here at the La Crosse Fairgrounds Speedway. We're taping the show on Wednesday, the first official practice day, and a lot of cars have come down. Thunderstocks, Outlaws, Super Late Models, a lot of lacrosse cars. The stars and cars are here in practice day number 1, and we're going to be bringing you the show from the pit areas while the practice goes on in the background for the program here this weekend for those folks watching on Saturday's show, of course, while the races started Thursday, so we thought we would get some interviews in before we had the chance. Our first interview here, gentleman standing next to me is about to pick up the Sportsman Championship here at the La Crosse Speedway. He'll wind it up on Saturday, and that would be Mr. Nick Clements. Nick, how are you?
Good. How are you doing?
Oh, man, it was funny. Just before the camera started rolling, you said this week couldn't have got here faster.
Yeah, it's been a long month and a half, but it's good to be here. Good to shake it down, get ready for tomorrow.
Tell you what, it's been a long season as well, and one of the reasons we want to get you on is you were one that liked the new rule changes that came in. I know that you were one that's been waiting for those things to happen 4, 5, 6 years now, and obviously it worked because it's going to get you a championship this year. Take me back to the beginning of the season when the rule package first came out. How excited were you?
Oh, we were really excited. We knew what we would have. I mean, Randy's ran those rules in this car quite a bit, so we knew that it was going to be strong. We didn't really realize it'd be this strong, but it's been really a flawless year. We didn't get in any trouble. Keep the nose clean, and you end up to the front.
And I tell you, you did it right off the bat this year because you broke a track record, which just everybody was stunned at that. And they were like, wait a minute, what are these new rules? Because, you know, as a mechanic and yourself, you know what they were like. As an announcer and the fans, they really didn't know. When you broke the track record and all of a sudden you hit a feature win, did you kind of have a feeling that this may be your year?
Yeah, it was, the way the season started, it was our goal when we bought this car right away. I mean, it was a championship car, so we knew its potential, and that was our goal with it, is we wanted to win a championship, which I'm thankful for Randy for all the help, and it's been a good year.
Of course, Randy Humfeld standing off camera here. We've already talked to that guy, and I tell you, the wonders he's done. Too bad we don't see him in a car here on a Thursday night. So as the season started progressing, did you have to make any really major changes to get into the rule package to feel more and more comfortable every Saturday night?
No, not really. I mean, there was a spot where we just kind of got the wrong tires in the wrong spot, so it was off a couple weeks, but all in all, we haven't really had to change a whole lot. It's been spot on all year.
You know, there's about 7 or 8 drivers that, with this new rule package, were hard charging this year. Of course, Steve Bachman had a, quote, tough break when his hand broke, bowed him out for about 6, 7 weeks, and you kind of separated yourself from the rest of the bunch, but you never let off.
Yeah, it's you have to make hay while weather's good, I guess, or is that how it goes?
So now you've got yourself and Tony Lease and Steve Bachman and Brian Hasselberg, man, Jimmy Gilser, the list goes on. What are you looking forward to on Thursday night?
Just racing with the guys we've raced with all year. Everybody's been really clean, and, you know, we've kept the cars relatively in one piece, so it's just fun to get back out here one more time and give it our all.
So now there's going to be a different change of plans for this car on Thursday and Friday night. Tell us about that.
Yeah, I will be stepping out of the car for Friday, and we're going to put Randy in it because as much help as he's given us all year, it's kind of a little payback to him, and he practiced it already, and he wants to change things.
Let's get Randy in here. Randy Humfeld. Let's get him in here real quick. Randy Humfeld, a former track champion. What have you thought about sitting back watching this car perform this year?
It's very fast. I want it back.
Well, I understand you are getting it somewhat back on Friday night.
Yeah, he's going to let me run it Friday in the area Great Northern Sportsman Race.
Was it one of those situations that it was too bad the rules changed after you had to sit out a year? Because I know you'd have loved to run a season the way this car is set up now.
Yeah, if I would have known they would have changed the rules to basically allow what they're running for Friday at Fest, and now they can run this all year, we'd have kept it. The last few years when we ran it, we've had fast time, 2012 and 13 for area, and then we've finished top 3, I think, in 11, 12, and 13, all 3 years we've ran it with this car. But
And finally, there's a lot of people looking forward to this Friday night area sportsman race for the Great Northern Sportsman Series. A whole handful of lacrosse guys with the new rules package. are going to be able to go up against the Devin Schmitz and the Dave Trutz. I think that's going to be one of the biggest races this weekend.
Yeah, I think it's going to be very exciting. There's probably going to be 5 or 6 really fast cars. Where in the past it's kind of maybe been just 2 or 3, but it should be pretty exciting.
Well, Randy Humfeld, we appreciate you coming on. Nick, come back in here real quick. You'll see him running Friday. Again, early congratulations on a track championship. Man, you accomplished a lot this year, and good luck Thursday.
All right, thank you. I just got to thank all the good sponsors on this car. So, well, it'll take a while. They know who they are. I just appreciate all their help, and it's been a great year, and hopefully we'll get them back next year.
Already, Nick Clements, he's going to be your sportsman champion here in 2015. He'll run Thursday. Randy Humfeld's going to run Friday, and we'll see what happens on Saturday. Stay tuned. We've got more to come next from the 46th annual Oktoberfest Race Weekend here at La Crosse Speedway.
Get ready for the Thunder!
The Mississippi Thunder Speedway.
Your Friday night racing destination.
Every Friday night.
Super stocks, modified,
600 mods.
pure stocks, street stocks, B-mods.
It's racing excitement, dirt track style. Tickets $12 for adults, $10 for seniors. Students free with an ID. And this year, kids 17 and under free with an adult admission. Friday night racing starts at 7.
Bring on the Thunder!
Dirt track style at the Mississippi Thunder Speedway.
Highway 35 just north of Fountain City.
Some of the best moments in life happen at home. American Standard Heating and Air works smarter to make them all more comfortable.
Over $400 in rebates available on select American Standard systems. Call Carey Heating and Air Conditioning today for a free estimate.
Welcome back, Seven Rivers Racing, KQEG TV. I'm Dan Donker here at the 46th annual Oktoberfest Race Weekend. Man, it felt like this thing's taken a year to get here. Well, it actually did, but this past week's just been dragging. And we are back. It is practice day Wednesday. We wish all the drivers good luck from no matter what states they're coming from. Super late models from Colorado and Wyoming here this week, and it's going to be an outstanding weekend. Again, one of the big races we're going to have is going to be the Sportsman Race on Thursday night. We already talked to Nick Clements. He's going to get the championship, but there's a huge trophy waiting out there for one of the Sportsman drivers, and this gentleman here, Mr. Steve Bachman, has been looking forward to this point of the year since he came back from a broken hand. How are you?
I'm doing good. Yeah, I'm very excited for this weekend, and hopefully we do take that chase home tomorrow night.
Well, of course, we'll kind of rewind things as we did with Nick Clements a couple of moments ago. Season started, and you had told me during the offseason you had one goal this year because not many people knew about the chase. That was a championship, and a, quote, tough break really set you back.
Yeah, it was. We really worked hard on the car all winter and found a few things wrong that we wanted to try this year. And we came out, had a little bit of bad luck the first night we raced, but there was nothing to be ashamed of with them 2 finishes we had. And then I broke my hand, and it was the longest summer of my life, and it was really hard for me to sit out up on the hill and watch all this. But when I came back in July to win the feature, and then actually win 2 more after that, so 3 features in 6 nights. It was really hard. Like there could have been a chance that we could have ran Nick for his money in that championship.
I tell you, every time I'm in the tower and I see a driver that's sitting on a hill, we've talked about this before, I always feel bad. Usually it's a driver that's wrecked his car, broke his stub, something that's just going to take you a while to get it back. But watching you with that cast on the hand, my heart just sunk right into my stomach because I know how hard you wanted this thing this year.
Yeah, it wasn't a 1 or 2 weeks out and fix the car. It was out for 7 weeks and had to watch a lot of good racing all summer. But, there's plenty of racing. Doctor told me to heal it up, and it wasn't worth it. So I think it's better to have a hand than who knows what could have happened all summer. So we'll focus on getting ready for next year, that's for sure.
Did you think when you came back off that injury that you were just going to tear things up as quick as you did?
I was determined. I was determined to come back and come back strong. I didn't want anybody to think that I was going to come back and just ride around, that's for sure, because when I came and tested the first week I was back in the car, I couldn't even tell I had a broken hand, so I was excited to go out and get back at it.
First night that he was back, he won the championship, and I was interviewing him on the track. The one thing he told me, he goes, I'm here to win, and I'm here to win the chase.
And that's what we're here to do this weekend, is win the chase. And we've got this far, just got to run a good, smart 20-lap race. And it's going to be tough beating Nick, but I've done it a couple times this year. It's going to happen on the green flag, and it's going to go from there. If he gets out in front, I don't know if I'll be able to get him. And if I get out in front, I think I'll be all right. I've held him off 3 times. So I think it's going to be whoever gets out in front.
Of course, the chase will be coming down on Thursday night. It's a 20-lap race. You guys are used to running 15 here at the La Crosse Speedway. What does that extra 5 laps do?
Hopefully it just keeps you patient in the early goings of the race and getting through traffic. Usually we've been lucky to get to the front pretty fast this year so far. I know with Oktoberfest there'll be a lot faster cars up there and a lot more cars. I'm hoping everybody's just patient for the first 5 or 6 laps gets cleared out, and then hopefully we have at least 10 to 12 lap shootout at the end.
Now, Friday night, Great Northern Sportsman Series, I would assume you're going to be running that as well. We talked with Nick Clements about this new rules package. With that in mind, you have to have a pretty good feeling heading into that Friday night race. You've got a shot there as well.
Oh, absolutely. Just got to change a little bit of lead this year, and that's going to be no problems there. So I'm definitely really confident going into Friday night this year. Hopefully we make it through Thursday night, and we can chase that win, too. That'd be another one to get off my bucket list of winnings, would be to win the Friday night of Fest.
And I tell you, we were talking to Nick and Dave Trude. I mean, I think this is going to be one of the biggest sportsman races I think I've seen here. Now that these rules are going to compete with the Great Northern and the guys coming from Minnesota and the guys coming from Rockford, you got at least a dozen, maybe 15 that are going to be awfully strong. And then out of those, you've got about 5 or 6 you better watch for.
Oh, yeah. There's nothing going to be easy about it, and it's going to be a really hard race. I mean, you got to make it in on time. We haven't had to worry about that since last year at Fest. So it all starts with having to get in on time and have a good car in qualifying and then adjust and just hope that you get through the first 10 laps of the feature. That's usually when the bad stuff happens. Get through there and hopefully chase the win. We came really close to winning it last year.
Finally, any quick thoughts on 2016?
Just going to come out and give her, and hopefully we can win a championship next year. I'm really confident after how we came back this year that we could have a really strong chance again that next year. So no broken bones, and keep the race car in one piece, and hopefully we're standing here with the championship next year.
Past 2 years, he's had something that's held him back. Next year could be 3 times the charm. Steve Bachman, he's a good friend of the program. We greatly appreciate it. His dad is always in the grandstands, waiting to put the arms up to cheer for him. And we wish you luck this weekend.
Thank you.
All right, Steve Bachman, you see the car sitting right behind. He is all ready to go. Got it loaded. Practice time, and then Thursday, Friday races coming your way. We've got more next here at the 46th Annual Oktoberfest Race Weekend, next on KQEG TV.
Get ready for the Thunder!
The Mississippi Thunder Speedway.
Your Friday night racing destination.
Every Friday night.
Super stocks, modifieds,
600 mods.
pure stocks, street stocks, B-mods.
It's racing excitement, dirt track style. Tickets $12 for adults, $10 for seniors. Students free with an ID. And this year, kids 17 and under free with an adult admission. Friday night racing starts at 7.
Bring on the Thunder!
Dirt track style at the Mississippi Thunder Speedway.
Highway 35 just north of Fountain City.
Some of the best moments in life happen at home. American Standard Heating and Air works smarter to make them all more comfortable.
Over $400 in rebates available on select American Standard systems. Call Carey Heating and Air Conditioning today for a free estimate.
Welcome back, Seven Rivers Racing, KQEG TV. I'm Dan Donker. We are at the 46th Annual Oktoberfest Race Weekend, doing all of our segments on Practice Wednesday. And one of the gentlemen that just came on the track that looked awfully racy to me right off the bat would be Sparta Shawn Pfaff. Shawn, thanks for coming back on.
Nice to see you, Dan. Nice to be here for the fest.
How many years now have you been racing Oktoberfest? Not to put any grays on the hair, but how far back do you go?
Back to 84. No, 82.
Man, so you have ran with so many different names, whether they were just short trackers or Matt Kenseth. For crying out loud, you probably ran with him back in the early 90s.
Yeah, he ran here a lot when I was, coming up through and starting. I was in lower divisions then, but yeah, he was running here on a regular basis and always a threat down here.
What does it mean for a Shawn Pfaff, one of the oldest veterans here at the Speedway, not age-wise, but behind the wheel-wise? What does Oktoberfest Race Weekend mean to you?
It's fun to come down and race, but there's a lot of hurry up and wait. There's so many cars, so many divisions, but that's what makes it cool for the fans that we got all these cars here. It gives them a weekend of, a lot of racing, a lot of good racing.
I've always wanted to ask a driver in a late model here. I got to wish Barry a happy birthday, by the way. Barry, happy birthday. I didn't put it on your Facebook, but I'm doing it in person. Barry's your crew chief and a car owner. How much watching of other races do you get to do? I mean, of course, you're going to run Thursday with the La Crosse late model. Not sure what else is on your plate for the weekend, but do you ever just sit back and just watch other races?
Yeah, I like to sit down and watch the races too. I enjoy it when I'm here, and we try to come down one other night and watch, and and we get a lot of time in the pits because in between our races there's no heats and whatever. We just qualify and then race our features. So we get that Thursday night to watch a lot of stuff from down here too.
It's totally different from a Thursday night because once you get here, you guys are constantly working on things. You hot lap, you come back, you work on things, get the tires scrubbed off. With so much time in between of what you have to do you ever think you're going to overthink things?
That happens a lot. And I know after the last race when we were down here, we finished second with Steve Carlson that last night of the season here. And I went down on Sunday night in the garage by myself, and I made a list of the things that I needed to fix that I messed up for that feature. And the other night, I got them all changed, the few that were changed, and I sat there thinking, and I'm like, no, you've done this enough. Don't be turning the car out. Leave it alone.
So Thursday night, final late model race here of 2015, and the way you were shaking down a little while ago, it looks like you're not going to have to make too many adjustments.
I don't think we're going to change much. I mean, we're going to try a different shock right now on one corner of the car, but the car felt really good out there compared to what they normally do when we're out here with all this other rubber. So with what I felt out there, being an earlier session before a lot of guys got out, we're not changing anything.
And that was my next question. How much with all the different rubbers out, you've got sportsmen and you've got different sportsmen and super late models. How hard is that to adjust on the racetrack?
It's a big deal because you come down here and you can dial yourself out because that car will feel totally different out there after all these other guys have ran. And then you come down and you start our race, and 3 laps into our race, you're like, what did I do to my race car? Because all the rubber's off and we're back on our own. And you got to leave the thing alone if it was working good the last time out for you.
One of the biggest things here with you this year that I thought was just great up in the announcer's booth, and let's bring your daughter Jacinda in. You guys both getting a win on the same night, and I watched you ran down to her at the winner's circle, she ran down to you. That is what short track racing to me was all about.
It is cool, and it's really cool to have one of my kids down here racing with me. And we come out at the beginning of the year and we were really strong. She won some races this year, and things went good for her.
Did you expect to come out that strong? I mean, I saw your fan base grow huge within a matter of 3 races.
I definitely didn't expect to get it done right away. I was anticipating a feature win somewhere out there, but definitely not the opener.
So how did that set you up for the rest of the season? I mean, all of a sudden you're like, whoa, I get a win. I can do this.
That set me up with a lot of high expectations throughout the year.
And it wasn't just yourself. Several other of our female drivers, Melissa Roosh got a win, Kayla Ray Lockington got a win. That really said a lot for you guys.
Yeah, it's nice to actually have some other girls out here, and for us actually to be able to win some races and get in there, it says a lot about us.
Now you're going to tell everybody what the secret was on your number 13 car this year. You did quite a bit of mechanics work on that, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. We built a new car, so it was a little bit of different, and I think mainly just working on your own stuff and knowing more about your own car has a lot to do with everything.
Talk about the night I was talking with Shawn, that all of a sudden you both get wins, and it was very, very joyous down in the winner's circle to see you guys exchange hugs for a driver winner, winner driver.
That was definitely a memorable moment.
Now, was that the first time that's happened?
First time I was greeted in victory lane, yeah.
Well, and besides heat races, you had in both night with the feature.
Yeah, that was, yeah.
So what's on your plate for next year? Is it too early to tell?
Too early to tell this year. I want to finish school first.
Shawn, what about you? I ask you this every single year.
We're undecided yet. We'll be out for the openers to get our tires, in the first few weeks, and then we'll make our determination from there.
Now, you just going to run Thursday night or anything else this weekend?
We'll see how Thursday night goes.
All right, I love this guy. He's so secretive with that smile. Shawn Pfaff, his daughter Jacinda, big names here at the Speedway. I love both of these guys. Appreciate you coming on, and good luck this weekend.
Thank you.
Jacinda, thank you.
Thank you.
All righty, that's going to do it from this segment here at the La Crosse Fairgrounds Speedway. We got one more to go during the 46th annual Oktoberfest Race Weekend. Dalton Zehr from Florida is going to join us in the next segment. Stay tuned. This is 7 Rivers Racing.
Get ready for the Thunder!
The Mississippi Thunder Speedway.
Your Friday night racing destination.
Every Friday night.
Super stocks, modified,
600 mods.
pure stocks, street stocks, B-mods.
It's racing excitement, dirt track style. Tickets $12 for adults, $10 for seniors. Students free with an ID. And this year, kids 17 and under free with an adult admission. Friday night racing starts at 7.
Bring on the Thunder!
Dirt track style at the Mississippi Thunder Speedway.
Highway 35 just north of Fountain City.
Some of the best moments in life happen at home. American Standard Heating and Air works smarter to make them all more comfortable.
Over $400 in rebates available on select American Standard systems. Call Carey Heating and Air Conditioning today for a free estimate.
Welcome back, Simmers Racing, KQEG TV. Again, we are at the 46th Annual Oktoberfest Race Weekend. Racing starts Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We're here filming some shows and some segments during practice day, and we had to get this guy on here. He's been a great show, a friend of the radio program. We get him on the TV when we can. Matter of fact, I think it was about 3 years ago we had him in the winner's circle with Kevin Ramsell and a couple other guys, and that would be Florida's Dalton Zehr. Dalton, good to have you back.
Good to have you on.
Tell you what, man, this whole week has been like going slow time for me. When it's Fest week, I want it to come right now. Did you get that same feeling?
Oh yeah, the anticipation in the shop just ramped up. I'd say it really hit us this morning. Everybody just got super excited, and I'm so happy to be here. Beautiful weather. Oh, yeah. I think this is the nicest fest I've ever been to so far. I mean, you know, no jinx, but this beautiful weather, and can't ask for better day to go racing.
Maybe a little rain on Thursday morning, but that's okay. It's just going to wash the track off. Talk about the season so far, man. You've been running almost every single weekend all over the place.
Yeah, that's right. I'm running almost every week, all the tracks in Wisconsin, a little bit of Norway and Upper Peninsula, Kinross, stuff like that. Also, I've been helping out Reagan May all year. It was a great year. We came away with the Tundra Championship, making it back-to-back Tundra Champ, which is awesome. We had our work cut out this year racing against Ty. And hoping to cap off this weekend with a solid run. We had a little bit of a lull in the middle of the season where we have good momentum coming into this weekend, and I'm hoping to finish strong and put an exclamation point on the year.
I got one of the most heartbreaking texts early last week from Reagan May. I was all ready to see her come back out here at Fest. The only time she was here, she won last year when the Tundras came out, right on the entire outside. And she said, Dan, I got bad news. I got a whole bunch of college stuff I got to do this weekend, so it's going to be tough not seeing that 33 out here.
Yeah, you know, I mean, she really likes getting around this place. She seems to have a really good handle on it. So, of course, you know, drivers love tracks they're fast at. So she's a little disappointed that she can't be here today. Actually, I know she's a lot disappointed. But, you know, school is only for another year and a half. She's got 3 more semesters, and then she's done. And then, you know, and then she just has to contend with her job and racing. And I think that she'll be here every year if she could, every year after that.
Let's go back to the beginning of the season. You had a big bullseye in your back when you were talking on the Tundra Super Late Model Series, which I thought the whole series, the car counts, the way you guys ran was simply phenomenal this year. Did you think that you were going to be able to hit a back-to-back championship knowing everybody else was stepping up their game to catch you?
Well, of course it was our goal. You know, I mean, once you win, you don't want to go back. Right. You want to win them all. So it's always your goal after you won one. I knew we were going to have a lot of work cut out for us. Like I said, we started at the beginning of the season with a little bit of a lull where we couldn't get the handle of the car. But, you know, even when we had bad days, it seemed like we could still finish in the top 5. When we had great cars, we had terrible luck, and we could only finish in the top 5. But it was enough to come away with the championship. At the end of the season, we were a solid top 3 car in the last 3 races. And, you know, and we just lucked out and got the championship again. So we plan on running for it next year and making it 3 in a row.
Nothing wrong with getting a trifecta for Dalton Zehr. How hard or easy is it to adjust to all the different tracks you got to run all summer long? I mean, obviously this is one of the longest tracks that you're going to have to run.
Absolutely. It's a different animal. I started out racing at one track, and you get really good at it. You become a local hero. And then you do, I did a lot of tour racing, and it was a new concept because it teaches you a whole new thing. Instead of learning one track at a time, you learn how to learn a track. Instead of memorizing a track, you learn how to learn a track. And that's a big difference. You need to have that skill if you want to go tour racing or tour style racing. And after you develop that, you get better and better at learning, not so much knowing the tracks as learning the tracks, and that makes you a better, more rounded driver.
One more quick question before we wrap it up. What's in store for you this weekend?
We're going to start the week with the Futures race tomorrow, and then we'll run the Dick Trickle 99 on Friday. If those 2 races go well, we'll run Sunday.
All right, he's got a whole bunch of work cut out for him. I've never seen this many cars here at a practice day Wednesday.
Yeah, I think that everybody's bringing their A game. They're bringing the best piece, And it's always hard to make the show here at Fest, but we've done it before, and I think we can do it again.
Already comes out of Florida, great friend of ours and a great guy here at the La Crosse Speedway, and that will be Florida's Dalton Zehr. Thanks for coming on again, buddy, and good luck this weekend.
Thank you. Thanks for having me on.
Already Dalton Zehr, folks. Check out Dalton Zehr Racing on Facebook, by the way. That's going to do it for Seven Rivers Racing from the 46th Annual Oktoberfest Race Weekend. I'm Dan Diker. Want to thank the drivers for coming on. Good luck to everybody out here this week. Everybody wants the wooden bullets and all the big trophies, but only a handful are going to get them, and I know Dalton is one of those that is in line to try. Want to thank Jesse running the camera, La Crosse Fairgrounds Speedway. I've got to get back on the other microphone here now. Have a safe fest. We'll see you next week on Seven Rivers Racing.